The 1988 US 1 dime coin may not stand out at first glance compared to the more famous coins in US currency, but for those in the know, it has become a highly sought-after collectible. A simple dime, worth just 10 cents, holds much more than its face value when we delve into its history, design, and significance. What makes this coin particularly intriguing to collectors and investors alike is not just its age or its connection to American history, but the way it captures a specific moment in time, and the fact that certain versions of the 1988 dime are extremely rare and valuable today. To understand why the 1988 1 dime coin has garnered such interest, we need to look at the context of the time, the design of the coin, the minting process, and the factors that have caused its value to increase dramatically in recent years. The story of this dime is one of both historical importance and numismatic rarity, culminating in a significant value that few might expect for a coin that once simply circulated in your pocket. The US dime has been a staple of American coinage since its inception in 1796. Over the years, the dime has undergone numerous design changes. In 1988, the dime still bore the iconic image of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt had been selected to appear on the dime in 1946, just a year after his passing, to honor his leadership during the Great Depression and his role in founding the March of Dimes, a campaign that raised funds to fight polio. The Roosevelt dime, as it's commonly known, has become one of the most enduring and recognizable designs in U.S. numismatics. The design itself, crafted by artist John R. Sinek, is simple yet powerful. On the obverse, front, of the coin, Roosevelt is depicted in profile, facing left, with the words, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," inscribed around his image. Below Roosevelt's portrait is the year of minting, which in the case of this particular coin, is 1988. The reverse, back, side of the dime features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, respectively. The design has remained unchanged for decades, adding to the coin's timeless appeal. In 1988, the U.S. Mint struck millions of dimes, but like all coins, not every one of them was created equal. The U.S. Mint produces coins in various facilities across the country, including the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. The 1988 dime was struck in a copper-nickel clad composition, which was the standard for all dimes at that time. This composition includes an inner core of pure copper, surrounded by 2 layers of copper-nickel. The resulting coin is durable, resistant to wear, and cost-effective to produce, making it perfect for mass circulation. The minting process of the 1988 dime, as with all U.S. coins, was meticulous. Each coin was struck with high precision to ensure it met the mint's quality standards. However, despite the care taken in the minting process, imperfections do occur, and those imperfections are what make certain 1988 dimes highly valuable. Errors in the minting process, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks, can make a coin extraordinarily rare and valuable. These errors are usually small, and they often go unnoticed by the general public, but to a trained eye, they can make a coin worth far more than its face value. Beyond minting errors, the condition of the coin also plays a huge role in its value. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition are always more desirable to collectors than those that have been heavily circulated. A dime that has been kept in perfect condition, free from scratches or wear, is considered mint state or uncirculated, and these coins are highly sought after by numismatists. The 1988 dime, despite being over 30 years old, is often found in near mint or uncirculated condition, and these coins command higher prices in the market. In fact, it is not uncommon for rare, high-grade 1988 dimes to fetch prices far above their face value. What once was just a small coin used for everyday transactions has now become an object of desire for coin collectors and investors looking to add valuable pieces to their collections. Some of the most sought-after 1988 dimes are those that were struck with errors, while others are simply in exceptional condition. Collectors often look for coins that have unique characteristics, and a minting error or a coin in pristine condition can make a huge difference in the market value. Now, let's talk about the value of these coins. The standard 1988 dime is worth, of course, just 10 cents. But certain rare and high-quality examples have become incredibly valuable. Coins that have been well preserved and graded as proof or uncirculated are commanding impressive sums. Proof coins, in particular, are minted with a special process that produces a mirror-like finish, and they are typically produced in limited quantities. These coins, along with others that feature errors, are highly prized in the world of coin collecting, but here's the surprise: some 1988 dimes, particularly those with specific minting errors or those in exceptional condition, can be worth up to $120,000. That's right, while a regular dime is worth just a few cents, a rare 1988 dime with the right characteristics can fetch a staggering price. These coins are considered incredibly rare due to the limited number of them that exist in mint state or with specific minting errors. Whether it's an off-center strike, a double die, or another type of error, these imperfections can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into a highly valuable collectible. This massive increase in value speaks to the growing interest in coin collecting and the potential for rare coins to be profitable investments. As the market for collectible coins continues to expand, more and more investors are turning to numismatics as a way to diversify their portfolios. Coins like the 1988 dime, once a simple and inexpensive piece of currency, have become valuable assets that can offer significant returns to those who recognize their worth. So, why are 1988 dimes so valuable today? It's a combination of factors: the historical significance of the coin, the design that has stood the test of time, the rarity of certain errors, and the condition of the coin. The 1988 dime represents a specific period in American history, and its design, which has remained largely unchanged for decades, makes it an enduring symbol of U.S. currency. But it's the rare, high-quality examples of this coin that have captured the attention of collectors and investors, and those are the coins that are worth a significant amount of money today. The 1988 dime also exemplifies how something as simple as a coin can become a collector's dream. What was once a piece of pocket change is now a rare and valuable item that can fetch an incredible price. And as more people become aware of the value of certain coins, the demand for these rare dimes continues to grow. So, next time you find yourself holding a 1988 dime, take a moment to consider its potential value. It might seem like just another coin in your pocket, but with the right characteristics, it could be worth $120,000 or more. That's the incredible world of numismatics, where seemingly ordinary coins can hold extraordinary value. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these rare 1988 dimes, you could be holding a piece of history that's worth a small fortune. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe for more exciting insights into the world of coin collecting. Who knows? You might just have a valuable treasure sitting in your pocket right now. Keep an eye out for those rare coins, and happy collecting. The 1991 US 1 dime coin might seem like just another piece of currency at first glance, but for those in the know, it holds a fascinating story. While it may have simply circulated through the economy, passing through countless hands, its value today can be far more than its original 10-cent face value. The story of the 1991 dime is one of historical significance, intricate design, and rare minting errors that have made certain versions of the coin incredibly valuable. To understand why the 1991 dime is a coin worth paying attention to, we need to explore its historical context, design, minting process, and the factors that contribute to its appeal among collectors. By delving into the past, we'll uncover why this seemingly ordinary dime has become a prized item for numismatists, with some examples commanding impressive sums on the market today. The US dime, as part of the country's coinage since 1796, has seen many iterations. By the time the 1991 dime was minted, it had been more than 4 decades since Franklin D. Roosevelt's portrait first appeared on the coin in 1946. The Roosevelt dime, as it came to be known, has been a consistent presence in U.S. currency ever since. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, was chosen to be featured on the dime after his death, in recognition of his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt's legacy of founding the March of Dimes, a charity that fought polio, also played a significant role in this decision. On the obverse of the dime, Roosevelt is depicted in profile, facing left. The inscription, "Liberty," surrounds his portrait, while, "In God We Trust," appears to the left, and the mint year, 1991, is located at the bottom. This simple, yet powerful design has remained largely unchanged since it was introduced in 1946, making it one of the most enduring designs in American coinage. On the reverse of the coin, we see a familiar design featuring a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength, respectively. Designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, this reverse design has been a constant since the Roosevelt dime's inception. The design's simplicity and elegance have made it one of the most recognizable coin images in U.S. history. The composition of the 1991 dime is also important in understanding its value today. Like most dimes since 1965, the 1991 dime was made using a copper-nickel-clad composition. This means the coin has a core of pure copper, with two outer layers of copper-nickel. This composition makes the coin durable and cost-effective to produce, while still maintaining a high-quality appearance. The U.S. Mint used this composition for decades, making the 1991 dime a standard example of its kind. The minting process of the 1991 dime took place in several U.S. Mint facilities, including the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Each coin was struck with precision and care, ensuring that it met the high standards set by the U.S. Mint. However, as with any mass production process, there were occasional imperfections in the striking process. Some of these imperfections, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or other minting errors, can dramatically increase a coin's value by making it rarer and more unique. Now, it's time to dive into the heart of what makes the 1991 dime special. For the most part, the 1991 dime, like other coins from that year, circulated as expected and holds little value beyond its 10-cent face value. But as with many coins, rare variations and errors can make certain examples highly collectible. Some 1991 dimes were struck with notable minting errors, such as a double die or an off-center strike. These errors occur when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or double impressed, creating an imperfect but unique image on the coin surface. Errors like these are what collectors look for, as they make the coin rare and valuable. Beyond minting errors, the condition of the coin is another crucial factor in determining its value. Coins that have been carefully preserved and stored in pristine condition are far more valuable than those that have been circulated extensively. The grading system used by professional numismatists assigns a grade to coins based on their appearance, with grades ranging from poor to mint state or proof. A coin in mint state or uncirculated condition shows no signs of wear and retains its original luster. A well-preserved 1991 dime in near-perfect condition can fetch a much higher price than a dime that's been worn down from years of use, but what truly sets the 1991 dime apart from others is its rarity in exceptional condition. While the majority of 1991 dimes are still in circulation or are found in relatively poor condition, there are a few examples that are in proof or uncirculated condition. Proof coins, produced in limited quantities, are struck multiple times to achieve a mirror-like finish, making them highly collectible. An uncirculated 1991 dime, one that has been carefully stored and protected from wear, can also be a rare find. These coins stand out because they represent the best of what the U.S. Mint can produce: flawless, pristine examples of American currency. The 1991 dime also benefits from the growing popularity of coin collecting and investing. In recent years, interest in rare coins has surged, as more and more collectors and investors have turned to numismatics as a way to diversify their portfolios. As demand for rare and high-quality coins increases, the value of certain examples, like the 1991 dime, has also risen. This demand has led to a flourishing market for rare dimes, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that meet the right criteria. So, what is the value of a 1991 dime today? While most 1991 dimes are worth just their face value of 10 cents, certain examples can command extraordinary prices. A 1991 dime with a minting error, particularly one with a double die or an off-center strike, can fetch prices well above what you might expect. Similarly, a 1991 dime in proof or uncirculated condition, carefully preserved and graded as mint state, can sell for significant amounts. The real surprise, however, is that a rare 1991 dime in perfect condition, especially one with a notable minting error, can be worth as much as $120,000. Yes, you read that correctly. What was once a simple 10-cent coin can now fetch an eye-popping sum, depending on its condition and rarity. This incredible increase in value is a testament to the importance of coin collecting and the potential for certain coins to appreciate in value over time. It's not just the 1991 dime's historical context or design that makes it valuable, it's the rarity of certain examples, the demand for high-quality coins, and the uniqueness of minting errors that have caused its value to rise so dramatically. For collectors, owning a 1991 dime worth $120,000 is not just about the money, it's about owning a piece of American history and a coin that represents a moment in time when U.S. currency was evolving and changing. In conclusion, the 1991 U.S. 1-dime coin is far more than just a 10-cent piece of currency. It is a symbol of a moment in history, a testament to the enduring legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt, and a rare collectible for those lucky enough to find it in exceptional condition. With its simple yet powerful design, the 1991 dime is a reminder of the artistry and precision that go into U.S. coinage. But for those who know where to look, it is also a treasure, capable of commanding prices as high as $120,000. The 1991 dime story is one of rarity, history, and value, making it a prized possession for collectors and investors alike. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the 1991 dime. If you found this video interesting and want to learn more about rare coins and their fascinating histories, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Who knows, you may just have a valuable treasure in your pocket right now. Keep an eye out for those rare finds, and happy collecting. Welcome back to our channel. A dime isn't just 10 cents, it's a step towards something greater. The year 1985 may seem like a simple moment in time, but for numismatists and coin collectors, it holds significance, especially when it comes to the United States dime. The 1985 U.S. 1-dime coin, often overshadowed by the more widely known quarters or dollar coins, has quietly become a standout piece in American coinage. To understand why this seemingly modest coin has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike, we need to explore its history, its design, how it was minted, and what makes it valuable today. The 1-dime coin is no stranger to American currency. First issued in 1796, the dime has seen numerous changes throughout its long history, but by 1985, the coin had settled into a design that would remain relatively unchanged for many years. At that point in time, the dime featured a portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. This design, which was introduced in 1946 following Roosevelt's death, has become iconic, making the 1985 dime not just a currency piece but also a historical symbol. Franklin D. Roosevelt's image was chosen for the dime due to his leadership during the Great Depression and his role in establishing the March of Dimes, a charity that raised funds to fight polio. The image of Roosevelt on the obverse of the dime is not just a representation of the man, but of a pivotal era in American history. The reverse side of the coin features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, respectively. This design was created by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the United States Mint at the time, and remains one of the most recognized designs in American coinage. By 1985, the design had been in circulation for nearly 40 years, and the 1-dime coin had become a common part of everyday transactions. However, as with many coins, it wasn't until later that certain examples of the 1985 dime began to catch the eye of collectors. As with all coins, factors such as minting quality, rarity, and condition influence their value, and it didn't take long for coin enthusiasts to realize that some dimes from 1985 stood out from the rest. The minting of coins in the United States is a precise and methodical process. In 1985, as in other years, the U.S. Mint produced dimes in several facilities, including the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. These coins were minted in copper-nickel clad, which had been the standard composition for dimes since 1965. This composition consists of an inner core of pure copper, surrounded by layers of copper-nickel. The copper-nickel clad coins are durable and cost-effective to produce, which is why they have remained in use for decades. However, not all dimes minted in 1985 were created equally. While the vast majority of 1985 dimes were circulated widely and are still in regular use today, some examples were struck with errors during the minting process. These errors, whether they involve misalignments, doubled dies, or off-center strikes, make certain 1985 dimes much rarer and more valuable to collectors. When collectors look for rare coins, they're often searching for those small imperfections that make a coin unique. While these types of errors are generally unintentional, they create one-of-a-kind pieces that can elevate the coin's value far beyond its face value. The condition of a coin is another crucial factor in determining its value. Coins that have been well preserved, free from wear and tear, and carefully stored are much more valuable than coins that have been handled extensively. The 1985 dime, being over 30 years old, has seen a variety of conditions in circulation. Some dimes are in near mint condition, meaning they show little to no signs of wear and retain their original luster. These coins, particularly those that have been graded as uncirculated, are highly sought after by collectors. In fact, the condition of a coin can often be the deciding factor between a dime worth only 10 cents and one worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Another element that contributes to the value of the 1985 dime is its rarity. While millions of dimes were minted in 1985, the vast majority are relatively common and hold little intrinsic value beyond their face value. However, when it comes to rare variations, such as dimes with minting errors or those that were produced in limited quantities for special purposes, the scarcity factor significantly increases their appeal. In fact, some 1985 dimes have become coveted by coin collectors because they represent a unique moment in history. Their rarity, combined with their historical significance, makes them prime targets for investors seeking to diversify their portfolios with collectible currency. It's also worth noting that the market for rare and valuable coins like the 1985 dime has grown significantly over the past few decades. Collectors, investors, and enthusiasts have become increasingly interested in coins as both a hobby and an investment opportunity. As the number of collectors continues to grow, the demand for rare coins increases, which in turn drives up the value of these coins in the marketplace. The 1985 dime, once just a simple part of everyday currency, has now become a piece of art, history, and potential wealth. Now, you may be wondering, just how much can a 1985 dime be worth? While most 1985 dimes are worth their face value, there are certain rare examples that have been known to fetch prices far beyond the typical 10-cent price tag. For example, some 1985 dimes with significant minting errors or those in near mint or mint condition have sold for impressive amounts. Collectors who are on the lookout for these rare pieces are willing to pay top dollar for a 1985 dime that is in excellent condition or that features an error that makes it stand out from the rest. And here's the big reveal: a rare 1985 dime, particularly one that is in pristine condition or that features an error such as a double die or off-center strike, can be worth as much as $125,000. Yes, you heard that right. A dime that was originally worth just 10 cents can be worth over $100,000 in the right conditions. This incredible increase in value is a testament to the rarity and desirability of certain examples of the 1985 dime. For collectors, owning a dime worth $125,000 is not just about the monetary value, it's about owning a piece of American history, a rare artifact that represents a moment in time when the nation's coinage was changing and evolving. So, what makes the 1985 dime such an attractive coin to collectors? It's a combination of factors: the historical context of Franklin D. Roosevelt's legacy, the stunning design that has become iconic in American numismatics, and the rarity of certain minting errors that make some 1985 dimes extraordinarily valuable. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting to explore the world of numismatics, the 1985 dime offers an exciting opportunity to own a piece of history that has both aesthetic appeal and potential for great investment. To sum it up, the 1985 US 1 dime coin, while seemingly simple, has become a coveted collectible due to its historical significance, its stunning design, and its potential for rarity. Coins with minting errors or those in exceptional condition have risen in value over time, with some examples fetching prices as high as $125,000. So, next time you come across a 1985 dime, take a moment to examine it closely. It may be just another coin to most people, but for a lucky collector, it could be worth a small fortune. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed learning about the 1985 dime and want to explore more fascinating stories from the world of coin collecting, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. You never know, you might just have a valuable coin sitting in your pocket right now. Keep your eyes open, and happy collecting.